I'm Manny, and today I will be teaching you guys a little bit about hunting and why we need to do it. Alright, so hunting has been around for a long time before humans. It was originally used for like survival, people needed to eat, and throughout time it started becoming more of a cultural thing. And today it's primarily a sport that people do as a hobby. And it's sort of controversial, you know? So some people think hunting is wrong nowadays because we don't really need it to survive how we used to. Some people say it's unnecessary and that we should let nature do its own job with population control amongst animals and stuff. And certain organizations such as PETA are trying to put some restrictions on hunting because they find it morally wrong, but they are wrong. So in the U.S. today, there are about 30 to 35 million white-tailed deer, and that is actually a really big problem for the environment. A lot of the deer, because there's so many of them, they will eat and they'll overeat in the forest. And some research has shown that the overbrowsing of the forest ground is actually more harmful than climate change. And one example is in Minnesota. Right now they're having a lot of problem with growing more trees because there's just been so much overeating amongst the deer that trees aren't able to grow anymore. So their environment is sort of receding because there's so many deer. And hunting is like one of the most popular ways to reduce the population of deer. So by stopping the hunting, you'd directly be affecting the environment by sort of destroying the forest because the deer are overeating the nutrients that the trees need. And surprisingly, hunting is actually saving animals. So a lot of people, like rhinoceros and lions are a big example. A lot of people want to hunt these animals because they have value to them, and like the tusks you're able to resell. And some people will pay a lot of money to hunt these. You need certain permits and licenses. And people will pay like up to hundreds of thousands, and that money actually, most of that money goes directly to conservation causes. And that money is used in several ways. One of the ways that money gets used from the licenses for hunting rare animals, it goes directly into habitat restoration. So that's sort of like giving, reintroducing environments that have been destroyed, which is the main cause of like extinction among animals. And also, part of that money goes to local people who live in specifically Africa for lions and white rhinos. And those people allow the animals to live on their land, and they fight off poachers, which is another major cause of extinction among animals. And then part of that money also goes to buying private land that animals could safely live off of. And for the white rhino, the example I've been using, a few years back there was only 100 white rhinos in the world, and now because of hunting, ironically, there is over 2,000 white rhinos in the world. There's a few other additional benefits to hunting. So hunting is a cheap alternative to buying meat, which is mass produced, but by hunting you're able to cheaply get food to people who may not be able to afford it in stores. Tax revenue is another big part of hunting. Along with certain licenses, there's taxes associated, which usually goes directly into the communities where hunting is in, and also federal government. And it is also a healthy encouraging for outdoor activity. You know, people have to spend a lot of time outside if they're looking for the animal that they're trying to hunt down. And yeah, so in summary, we should keep killing animals in hunting terms. If we need to have the right license, I don't think we should go around killing all animals. As long as it's licensed and that money gets put to the right causes, hunting could be super effective and actually save animals and the earth.